It was a race that garnered headlines across the Commonwealth as a former television news anchor beats out the Republican incumbent in the 12th district. Chris Hurst will now be representing parts of the New River Valley. 10 News political analyst Dr. Ed Lynch joins us again, this time to take a look at the 12th district race. John?
Thank you, Lindsay, and Ed, once again, appreciate your time here tonight.
All right.
Chris Hurst's win, would you call that an upset?
Yes, I would. Anytime that a first-time candidate for office defeats a multi-term incumbent, that has to be considered an upset. And this was a district that had been pretty friendly to Republicans over the years. It was a district in which he did not defeat a hardcore ideological Republican, but a more moderate Republican. So yeah, I think it has to be considered an upset and a very solid win on Mr. Hurst's part.
Yeah, I noticed in watching the returns come in tonight as we look at some of the victory party here from Chris that Montgomery County came out in huge numbers for Chris compared to the numbers that they came out for Yost 2 years ago. But so now I noticed this evening that Senator Warner, in his remarks at the national or statewide Democratic headquarters tonight, mentioned Chris Hurst. He said, "Remember this name." As if he was thinking that Chris was a man of the future for the Democrats in Virginia. Would you think that would be the case?
Well, it's possible, of course, but there are a couple of things that are working against that. Number one, the Democratic wins were so big today that there's going to be a lot of jockeying for position and jockeying for power that the Democrats haven't had in the General Assembly for some time, and they're eager to get their hands on that. And Chris, for all of his star power, is a freshman member of the House of Delegates. The other thing is that at the moment, Chris Hurst is a famous person. He's a former anchor. He has that backstory. But once he gets to the House of Delegates, he's going to be a politician. And whether or not he can make that transition and keep that popularity and keep people thinking about his story as when he starts casting votes and when he starts making people unhappy with some of those votes, that's going to be a serious challenge for him. Okay,
so we'll see how he does down the road, but you were surprised also with the margin of victory there tonight.
Yes, very much so.
Yeah, I mean, it was an upset, and then when the wins relatively big, if it hadn't been for some late votes coming in Giles County, it would have been even bigger. So.
That's right, yeah, and I think that many of these House of Delegate races is again, this is really where we see the anger at Donald Trump, because these were safe incumbents in many places. In many cases, they lost and people voted against them because they had that R next to their name. And I think that's really where we're seeing that. And a lot of that is also frustrated Republicans who stayed home because they're not seeing any progress in Washington.
Right. Okay. Dr. Ed Lynch.
Thank you.